Hi everyone. If you are an English language teacher or someone who is thinking about studying a career as an English language teacher, this video is for you. Today we are diving into an important topic, the role of motivation in language learning. This video lesson is mainly based on the TKT course book, so it's especially useful if you are preparing for the exam or just want to boost your teaching skill. Are you ready to watch the video lesson? Let's get started. So, what is motivation? Motivation is the thoughts and feelings that can make us want to and continue to want to do something and which turn our wishes into actions. Motivation influences why people decide to do something, how long they keep wanting to do it, and how they work to achieve it. Therefore, we can say that motivation is very important in language learning as it is one of the major factors that helps make language learning successful. Let's dive into some key concepts regarding motivation. As we all know, there are many different factors that can influence our motivation to learn a language. One of the biggest reasons is the benefit of knowing the language well. Many people want to learn a language because it helps them achieve practical goals like finding a job or a better one, getting onto a course of study, getting good marks from the teachers, or even something as simple as booking a hotel room. As we can see, in all of these situations, knowing the language well really makes a difference, right? The next reason could be our interest in the target language culture, that is, the culture of the language we are learning. When it comes to culture, we can subdivide it into two categories, big C and small c culture. According to Lexicon et al. 2024, Big C culture is also known as formal institutional culture, whereas small c culture is known as informal everyday cultures. Tomlin and Stemleski 2013 added to this by calling Big C culture achievement culture, while small c culture is described as behavior culture. Some example topics for Big C culture include art, for example, painting and architectures, which represent the aesthetic achievement of a culture. The next topic could be educations. For instance, school, university, curricular, highlighting the formal transmission of knowledge. Another topic is history. For example, historical event that represent a marker of national identity. The next one is literature. When it comes to literature, it encompasses novel, plays, poems representing the literary heritage of a culture. There can be many more topics representing Big C cultures. Let's explore some example topics for small c culture. And the first topic I would like to point out is everyday living. This topic covers food and drink, table manners, leisure activities, daily routines, basically how people live their day-to-day lives. The next topic is interpersonal relations, which involves the dynamics relationships within different contexts, such as gender relations and community relations. The next one is value, belief, and attitude. These can be influenced by things like social class, occupational groups, social chain, national identity, and religions. Body language, also known as nonverbal communication, also represents small c culture as it plays a significant role in interpersonal interactions. Last but not least, social conventions such as punctuality, gift giving, and dress code also reflect small c cultures. We may also be interested in the target language culture because we actually want to become part of the culture, perhaps by moving to that country. In such a case, we will likely be interested in the country custom and ways of life, viewing the language as a gateway to understanding and integrating into that cultures. A very useful framework used in the research field is the Cultural Content Integration Framework, developed by Courtesy 1999. So this framework provides a comprehensive approach to analyzing and integrating cultural content within language teaching material by categorizing cultural content into source cultures, target culture, and international cultures. If you are interested in doing research, you can use this framework to analyze the cultural content contained in the course book you are using right now or the one that you would like to use for future class. The next reason could be having good feelings about learning the language, that a positive attitude toward language learning. As we all know, when we succeed at something, it often motivates us to keep going and achieve greater things. The same applies to learning a foreign language. Feeling confidence, being independent in our learning, and a sense of achievement all contribute to feeling good about learning a language. When we believe we are good at something, we are more likely to want to keep doing it, right? Here, I would like to share a little bit about autonomy. According to Littlewood, 1996, an autonomous person is someone who can independently make and act on their own decisions. This relies on both the ability and willingness to do so. Ability involves having the necessary knowledge of options and the skill to implement decisions. On the other hand, willingness includes having the motivation and confidence to take responsibility for those decisions. To be successful in acting autonomously, a person must possess all these four components. The next reason could be the role of encouragement and support from others. Let's say if we grow up in an environment such as a country, family, or school where learning foreign languages is appreciated and actively supported, it reinforces the value of language learning and boosts our emotional motivation. In contrast, those living in places where learning a foreign language isn't seen as useful may feel less inspired to pursue it or may have little motivation to learn that language. The next reason could be wishing to communicate fully with people who matter to you. For example, we may have friends, boyfriends or girlfriends, and business partners who speak another language. If they want to develop their relationship with them, they will surely be motivated to learn a language. I have a friend whose boyfriend is Hungarian and speaks little English. Therefore, she started learning Hungarian, even though it is considered one of the most difficult languages to learn, in order to communicate well with him. Now, she can speak Hungarian proficiently. Do you have a similar language learning experiences? Last but not least, the next reason could be our interest in the learning process. Sometimes we want to learn a foreign language simply because we enjoy attending our language class. We like our language teachers, the way he or she teaches us, the classroom activities, the course book, or maybe the topics the class deals with. All these factors are associated with learning itself, which come from the classroom. There can be different kinds of motivations. Some motivation come from inside the learner. This type of motivation is also known as intrinsic motivation. Your desire to learn a language is driven by your personal interest, enjoyment, and satisfactions. For example, you learn Korean language because you love Korean cultures. Another types of motivation is extrinsic motivation that comes from the learner's environment. Let me clarify this. You are motivated to learn a foreign language because of the external factors or benefits. For instance, you study English to get a better job. It is said that learners may differ in their motivation. There can be some learners who might have strong intrinsic motivation but little extrinsic motivation and vice versa. Other learners' motivation may be a mixture of different kinds of motivation. We have also seen some learners who are unmotivated, that is, students who have no motivation or are demotivated. Am I right? Motivation can also change throughout the learning process. For example, when I was in grade 9, I wasn't really interested in physics. I didn't understand why we needed to study it, and I thought physics would never become my favorite subject. However, my grade 10 physics teachers changed my perspective. Because of her, especially her teaching methods, I became genuinely interested in physics. Looking at this example, I can say that my motivation changed during my learning journey as a high school student. Motivation can also vary depending on the learner age. Some scholars have reported that older learners tend to be less motivated than younger ones. What do you think? According to my experience, I have seen old people who are eager to learn a foreign language, so I would say that this is not true in my teaching context. Here is the list of references used in this video lesson. I hope you learned something from this video lesson. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my new video. Bye bye. See you in my next video.